In this video, we're going to continue talking about using Facebook funnels to take cold audiences and turn them into warm leads that are hopefully even reaching out to you. This session is going to be purely a screen recording, so we're going to walk through exactly what you need to do in some of these different tips and strategies from part one. If you landed on this first and you haven't watched part one, then I highly recommend you go back, check out part one, and then at the end of part one, it will link directly to this video. We'll take you to part two here, where we do screen recording. We actually walk through the mechanics of doing some of these things with the 3 strategies that I talked about in part one. So if you like this content, definitely subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We release content every week that will hopefully be helpful. It'll be digital marketing for realtors. So definitely subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure you don't miss out on any of the content that we're putting out on a weekly basis. So let's get into the content. You may all not be familiar with Ads Manager. This isn't we're not going through the basics of that. So I'm going to just show you at this point where custom audiences are. But when you get into this, these are the 3 tabs you're going to want to know: campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Just I'll give a quick overview. Campaigns, that's where you choose your objective. Like if you want video views, or you want to focus on traffic, if you're going to drive them to a website. And then under each campaign, you can have multiple ad sets. An ad set is where that's your audience. So that's where you pick your custom audience. That's where you say, I want this list of people in my farm, or that's where I want to target a 15-mile radius around this address with specific interests, things like that. And that's where you put your budget and duration and all that stuff. So under each ad set, so you can have one campaign with like 5 ad sets, and then each ad set, you can have multiple ads under each one. So then you can have one of the ad sets can be your farm custom audience, and then you create 2 or 3 ads that you're going to run to that audience, and that could be a new listing you just had, a webinar you're hosting, or an educational piece you're putting out, and then another one can be find out what your home is worth. So you can run multiple ads to that group. But that's the basic structure of Ads Manager. But you got to get an account set up, go through some of those basics first if you don't have one. All right, so if you are an ads manager, once you do get to it, and you want to create a custom audience, you're going to go over here to audiences. I'm going to click on that. And this is a new account I just set up for a volunteer organization I do. But so that is not letting me do it. Let me go to one of my others. All right, so now we're going to get in. These are audiences that I've created in the past. So we're going to go to create audience, custom audience. And this is where you can do different things. So you can create an audience based on people going to your website. You got to have a tracking code that you put on your website. It's called a pixel. You can also do videos, and then this is where you can do a customer list. So you click customer list, you go over here, there's a template they want you to use. It's just a spreadsheet, it's a CSV file. And because these are the column headers, email, phone, you don't need a lot of these things, but then it gets into like first name, last name. You'll see it in the spreadsheet. So if you have a spreadsheet already of all these names and emails and phone numbers, copy that info and paste it over into the template you get from Meta here, because that's how they want the structure. Make sure the phone numbers look like this. They either start with a +1, a 1 with the area code, or 001 with the area code. If you don't have them like that in your list, use ChatGPT. Just say into chat, upload the list and tell it for the phone numbers, I want all of them to look like this with a +1 in front of them. And it'll just create the new spreadsheet for you. That's pretty great. I didn't used to be able to do that in the past. So I love that we can now. All right, so this is where you upload the list, and I don't have a list here to put in, but then you're going to match the columns, and it'll give you examples of the first few rows, and it'll say, are these the first names? And you just make sure the first name is selected. So you're just mapping the columns to what Facebook sees, and if you use their template, it'll have everything matched up probably pretty quickly. And then you'll upload it. It'll give you confirmation, and then you'll go into create an ad, And like I said, in the ad set section, there will be an audience, and all you have to do is click on the custom audience section, and it will pull that up for you. I'm going to show you the video views ones as well real quick. So if you want to create an audience from people watching a video, like I explained at first, you just go in, you click video. So I want people that you can see all the different ways. Obviously, if someone watched 95% of my video, they're going to be a lot higher intent than someone that watched 3 seconds. But I'm just trying to get as many people as possible initially. We're trying to figure out who the 20% are, and I don't want to, discount too many of them right away. So initially, I'm going to just do 3 seconds, take that massive cold audience and get them down to, probably a still big cold audience of people that may have some intent. And then my credibility and the testimonials and my webinar ads will hopefully narrow them down into a little bit more. And then when I do lead magnets, that narrows them down even more into the people that have built some trust, that actually have some intent on doing something. So the leads are better quality, but I'm not going to try to narrow them down too quickly right from the beginning. And then then you can select the videos. So I've got, so then, there's a bunch of videos. I could select one, confirm, and name it, and then we've got that audience created. And then I go in and I create an ad, and then I use this audience to target. As we're about to come to the end of this section, I just wanted to jump in real quick and let you know, make sure you stay to the end. We do take, in the training, we take live questions from people that are on the training. So there may be questions that you have, or you don't even know to ask. So at least you'll get some more information in addition to the training itself. So definitely stay around. And now let's jump back in and finish up the screen share training for today. All right, so getting back into this, the targeting, this is really talking a lot about targeting. I do have a masterclass in Real Academy. If you're with Real, you can go in, just type my name into Real Academy. It's the only one I've done so far. You'll see it. There's a masterclass there on, so here I talk about it, on specifically Facebook funnels, and it goes deeper on creating this whole process. Casting the wide net, creating familiarity. I go into more detail on the ads and the targeting, and then converting that audience into lead magnets. And then the last one is, once we've gone through kind of what I talked about here, getting that information from lead magnets, is how do we now setting an appointment? This is actually an attraction. We all chase a lot of leads, or most of us probably do, but how do you attract them and get them to come to you? And that's where we can do other things with ads, where you use a Calendly link, and you use specific ads where people will actually schedule appointments with you, or you add them to an email marketing campaign. Taking a lot of this information, getting the info from the lead magnets, the best use of that is, well, first place, having an email marketing campaign, having an email marketing strategy, because that's where you're going to convert people. Email marketing is one of the highest returns on investments you're going to get. It's really inexpensive. And if you can feed it with people that have some intent and you're nurturing them until they are ready, you can get people to actually go on and reach out to you rather than you reaching out to them. And those are going to be the highest quality people. So just as a summary, oops, shoot, sorry. I don't know if I can get back to that. All right. So get better leads, not more leads, is my point. Qualify them with the content. So if you've got to cast a wide net, if you're targeting, geographically, and you can't narrow it down too much more, then the content is how you're going to qualify them. Remarketing, that's where you're going to warm them up. You're going to get them to trust you more. Custom audiences, where you can build an audience. You can already get one that is a little targeted, especially geographically, to start off with. And then go sign up for my masterclass. That goes into more detail on all of this. So connect with me on social. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if you have questions as you're going through it. I've got people from previous classes I've done here and that have done my masterclass. They'll shoot me messages on things that they're doing, and success stories or questions. So don't hesitate to reach out, and definitely follow me there. Now remember, if you haven't checked out part one, go over and check that out on my other video, and there's a link to it right here. Just go ahead and click on that. It'll take you right to it. But also, if you want, stay around. Like I mentioned earlier, there are going to be questions from this training when I ran it originally. You're going to hear questions from agents just like yourself and my answers to those questions. And then again, you'll have a link to part one of the recording. So you can click it here. I recommend you watch the recording, watch the rest of the questions, and then you go click that, and it'll take you over to part one in case you haven't watched that yet. All right, thanks a lot.
Really quick, you do need a business page, correct?
Yes. Yeah. You're going to want to do a business page. And the main thing is once you have the business page, when you create an ad account, make sure you're creating it as a business ad account. And you can, ask ChatGPT or watch, YouTube videos on it. It'll walk you through how to do it. But the main thing is, if you create a personal ad account and you do something wrong and it gets flagged or shut down, it could shut down your personal profile completely.
Okay, good to know.
So if you've got and you can even create a second business page, a Facebook page. Um, Nobody's really going to click on your Facebook page when they see these ads. They're just going to engage with the ad. So, but if you have a page with tons of people on it, lots of great content, you may want to consider doing that. It's an extra step. I haven't done it. I'm pretty careful with the ads I do. And if my business page gets shut down, that's not good, but it's better than having my personal profile shut down.